Hey everybody, my name is Jack. It's May 15th and today's video comes to you in like 2 or 3 parts. Part 1, my hair, and I just showered, so that's it. Part 2 was suggested by Brooke, so shout out Brooke. Part 2 is to talk about how much stuff there is before school is over. There's a lot. I'm so surprised. Like, the next 3 weeks for me are going to be busier than the last 3 weeks for me. And just a reminder, AP tests were last week and AP tests are also this week. I'm taking 3 AP classes. Like, why? I have 6 end of the year projects to do. 2 of them in political science, 1 of them is group, 1 of them is individual, 2 of them in APES, 1 of them in stats, and another 1 in film arts. You know how much stuff that is? So much. And I want to do none of it. In addition to that, I have a quiz ball tournament this weekend, and then we're going to nationals, not this weekend, but the next weekend, so that's going to be fun. Then the weekend after that is prom, then the weekend after that is grad night, and that's the last week of school. The week after that is graduation, which means I have like less than a month of high school left. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. So just like a note to teachers who teach AP classes or seniors, the last month of school is useless to us. I mean, honestly, the last like 3 months of school are useless to us, but AP teachers who make students do work after the AP test in their class are instantly down a level on my teacher favoritism list because we all don't want to do work. Thank you. And the third topic, which wasn't going to be talked about even though Dan suggested it, shout out Dan, but then I found out who qualified, and so I have to talk about the Eurovision Song Contest. If you don't know, the Eurovision Song Contest is a singing competition in which each country from Europe basically sends an artist and a song to compete to win absolutely nothing except for bragging rights over the entire continent of Europe. The first semifinal was earlier today. Now, in the US, you can't actually watch the live performances, and I've done a previous video that I'll link. I think it's over there. No, it's over here. I'll link here somewhere my previous video where I rank all of the songs of the Eurovision Song Contest based on their studio versions. Then you hear the live versions and the things totally change. So, for instance, Cyprus, who had a really good studio version, was not great live. They still qualified. I'm a little salty because Portugal, which was in my top 10, Poland, which I think was also in my top 10, although they might have just been outside of it, Georgia, who was really low but put on a great live performance, Belgium didn't make it. It was just kind of a mess. There were a couple of countries who I was like, wait, you made it and they didn't? The big one that people are kind of talking about right now is San Marino because they're a meme and they like never qualify, and I swear to God they tried not to qualify because the first half of their live performance was absolutely horrendous. The second half was better, but it's like they tried not to qualify, and then the Eurovision gods just kind of looked down on them and were like, we've let you suffer for too long, qualify. And in exchange they kicked out Portugal, which most definitely should have been in the final. Although I will say that I think Portugal's live performance here was less good than their live performance on the national competition because it was just like less extreme. Expect a full Eurovision video next week because that's when the actual competition will be over. It's on Thursday and Saturday. If you live in the US, you have to use a VPN. Sorry. Yeah, so summary, my hair, I have a bunch of stuff coming up and it's kind of stressful, which leads to the next 3 weeks being more stressful than the last 3 weeks, which doesn't make sense. And I have like 6 projects to do and I don't want to do any of them because seniorize is a thing, and Eurovision. There were some snubs. There are always some snubs. I'll link some good snubs from Eurovision down in the description. So until next week, like, subscribe, you know, the drill. Alright, see ya.